Hi everybody. I am doing another test run of ruining some Topps 2020 cards. We are testing, the last video we tested how strong they were. This one we're going to test water. So it's pretty obvious, just regular water just ruins them. I have been working on sealing the edges for different uses. And so I figured I should videotape how good the experiments went. So this is my keychain that I made approximately 6 weeks ago. It's completely untreated. It's just the card turned into keychain. Just if everybody wanted an update on how the corners and edges look. Most of it is some peeling of the top, and I'm sure that's from me leaving it in my 100-degree car all the time. But this thing has been in my pocket, my husband's pocket, my purse, my car. Man, the color stayed real good. I think just completely untreated is fine, but we'll see. I like to experiment. So that's just the wear of about 6 weeks, just a card turned into a keychain. So step one is we need our control. If you'd remember this guy, I've done ruined him, so we're going to use him for our water test so we can compare. I marked, focus, right there. That's how deep I'm going to do the water, just so we can see how much it soaks up. Doot, doot. And dry. We're going to give it a minute to see. Ooh, it's already peeling pretty good. There we go. So we're just going to let that sit for a minute. Next one we're going to test is this keychain, and I've sealed the edges, which you can't really see, but I don't have any. I made it to where it didn't get on the face of the card, but there's sealer around the edges. So let's just dip that puppy, dry, and see how effective that was. And then this one here is a prototype for a coaster. So I'm going to dip. It has a lot more sealing on the sides, and there's a little bit of overlap around the front to try to get a good seal. So I'm going to dip it face first just to see how good it does. It don't work. Okay, we're going to do just like that. There we go. Dry. We'll see how that one does. All right. Let's see. Come here, Griffey. How do you look? You look pretty bad. It's hard to tell. You can see where it's darker around the edges. It is all swollen. Let me look at it without the camera. The water bleed has gone up about 1/8 of an inch over the line. There's a good angle. You can see where it's all swelled up all the way across. There's another good angle to see the damage and how deep it is. Then this side, and you can see how it's darkened around the edges. So that is just a fast and easy water damage test. Let's see how Roberto looks here. Let me look at him without the phone. It looks pretty good. On the front, there's a tiny little spot right above the pirate that got some water damage. But if you look, the rest of the front looks perfectly good. So that totally worked. And then the back, it's a little bit right there on the corner. And then more over here. So what this tells me is, however I'm holding my brush to do the sealer, I'm not doing as good of a job on the back side as I am the front side. and the corners need a little bit extra protection. But I'm going to call this a success, because in theory, you're not, I mean, I guess you could totally dump it in a water puddle or something, but I'm just thinking, you know, rain, if you're at a restaurant and there's condensation on the table from drinks. So we are calling the sealer a total win. Maybe I just need to do 4 layers instead of 3 layers. Are we conscious of doing the back? That looks good. Okay, let's see how my coaster looks. Let me look at him without the phone. I do not see any water damage at all after dunking him. You see that on the edge? That's where I put extra sealer along the edge that I didn't do on the keychain. Is that water damage? Nope, that's extra sealer. All right, we're calling coasters a win. I do intend on getting an ice cold glass of water and sticking it on Mr. Ryan and just leaving it overnight and see how it looks tomorrow. Rude. And apparently that's rude. But the sealer I bought works good. It's totally abuse, kid, I promise. But, you know, science and all. All right, so we are calling this a total win for my keychains. Huh. And if I'm inspecting it for damage, I should inspect the damage side, right? Yep. It's all nice and dark. There's lots of water damage. Oh, do you see the sides? Let's see if I can focus on that. It's separating. There you go, you can kind of see. The layers of paper are separating where I dunked it. So that's good to know too. All right, it's the end of that science experiment. Where's the button?